diencephalon. Wait. Do you have the black color? Thank you. So the diencephalon. The diencephalon consists from two parts. Is thalamic brain and hypothalamic. Thalamic consists from the thalamus, epithalamus, hypothalamic brain consists just from hypothalamus. Let's talk about each part of diencephalon. First of all, let's talk about thalamus. Thalamus is egg-shaped bodies which has anterior tubercle and posterior pulvinum. So that is thalamus. TH, thalamus. Egg-shaped structure. You can see on that section. As you see, dorsally it's covered by the telencephalon, and for section of that part of the brain, we should make complicated section. It's make horizontal section, then through the frontal and parietal lobe, then it's make sagittal section with frontal one along the parietal and temporal one, and then horizontally cut the temporal lobe with occipital one, and then you can see this complicated section, which is possible to do if we had fixed brain, like in formalin and it's become hard. So you can see this egg-shaped structure. By the way, the pulling part of it, that structure called the thalamus. Both that egg-shaped bodies are connected with each other by fibers which called adhesio. So adhesio interthalamic is visible on the section from superior view. Also, if you will see it on sagittal section, you also can see that adhesio. It's commissure between two thalamus. Interthalamic adhesio. Adhesio. So this space between two thalamus, actually it's a Fisher-shaped space. Natural, if you will see the brain natural, you will see that it's approximately a few millimeters. And that space called said ventricle. Said ventricle. So said ventricle between thalamus. On peripherally, locate the structure which I draw like that. That structure is not diencephalon. Actually, it's part of the telencephalon. That is caudate nuclei. Caudate nuclei are here. Actually, part of caudate nuclei are cutted. Caudate nuclei are here. Actually, caudate nuclei has comma-shaped. Comma. And when we make horizontal section deeper, you will see the scheme like that, because if we make it horizontally, you will see just head and tail, but body are cut. That's why on that cross section you can see from lateral side of thalamus the white matter which called internal capsule. So that is the internal capsule. but there is caudate nucleus. It's more upper structure. So each thalamus has anterior tuber, posterior pulvinar. Also it has dorsal surface, medial surface, lateral surface, and inferior one. The medial surface turns to the third ventricle and forms the lateral wall of it. The laterally locate the caudate nuclei, and around of thalamus we had the structure is thin white matter which surrounds the H thalamus. I will color it in the green color because it's a scheme. It's like border of thalamus, bless you. So if you will see that white matter from the medial side, we will call it the medullary stria. Medullary stria. That is a thin white plate. Medullary stria. That is medullary stria. It's bordered from dorsal and medial side of thalamus. The laterally, these white fibers laterally called terminal stria. Terminal, it means bordered. Terminal stria separate the thalamus from the caudate nuclei. The part of the stria forms the plate white matters, which called affixia plate. It's also border of that thalamus. In posterior aspect of thalamus, we had the structure which called epiphysis. Epiphysis is the endocrine gland which responds for the biorhythmic circles or circadian circles, sleeping and wake up of human, and that body is located posteriorly, near with pulvinar of thalami, here in the fossa between superior colliculi of midbrain. Each thalamus connect with epiphysis through habenula. It's thin white matter with specific names, so that is epiphysis. And here is habenula. Habenula connect epiphysis with thalamus. But it's connected not directly, it's connected through specific triangle, which called, actually it's white matter, which forms medullary stria, which forms the triangles, trigons, which called habenular trigon. Habenular trigon. So, look, habenular trigon, then habenula, then epiphysis. Habenular trigon, then we had habenula, then epiphysis. Each habenula from both sides connect by the commissure, habenular commissure. That structures, which includes epiphysis or pineal body, habenula with commissure of habenula, and habenular trigon, they form epithalamus. So, thalamus, now epithalamus. Epithalamus connect with biorhythm of human. biorhythm or circadian rhythms. Thalamus is the center of all kind of sensitivity. If we will see internally, we will see that we had Y-shaped white matter, which called internal medullary plate, and it divides the nuclei of thalamus. Actually, I will draw for you the scheme of that nuclei. We divide 5 groups of nuclei: anterior, pulvinar group, ventrolateral, and medial group. Anterior group of nuclei in thalamus responds for the smell. They locate centers of smelling. In pulvinar, locate centers of vision. Ventrolateral nuclei connect with or contain the centers of somatosensory fibers or tracts, a medial loop, its end here, and a medial group of fibers connect with extrapyramidal system, and the last group of fibers, interstitial fibers. It's interstitial nuclei. It's nuclei which contains the centers of hearing and vestibular centers. 5 groups of nuclei in thalamus. Not necessary to name each nuclei, but you should know the group of them. Anterior for what, medial for what, interstitial for what, ventrolateral and posterior one. And we also had the metathalamus. Metathalamus includes the geniculate bodies, medial, and geniculate body lateral. So, medial geniculate body and lateral geniculate body. Both of them locate under the pulvinar of thalamus. That's why if you need to see it, we should pull pulvinar superiorly or upward. And then you can see the small structure, small swelling, which called geniculate bodies. Each geniculate body has connection with caliculi of midbrain. Medial geniculate body has connection with inferior caliculi through the brachium, superior one with lateral one with superior caliculi through superior brachium. Superior brachium are invisible because it's located very deep under the pulvinar of thalamus. That's why I will draw for you the brachium of superior caliculi like that, because it's located in the deepness. And medial one and inferior brachium, I will draw like that. So here is the brachii caliculi inferioris, here is brachii caliculi superioris. And that structure are metathalamus. So, thalamic brain includes thalamus, epithalamus, and metathalamus. In lateral geniculate body locate the centers of vision. Medial one contains centers of hearing. Epithalamus, the circles, circadian circles. And thalamus, the centers of all kind of sensitivity. Hypothalamus, I will describe for you later.